Let's start. It is 9:35. Good morning. We're going to convene the September 6th, 2024 RPRC meeting. First order of business is the approval of the August 13th meetings. They're actually in your packet. I'll make a motion to adopt those minutes.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Just one down. All right, first up is 10 Sunrise Drive. You have the owner in here. Get your in. All right, first up is 10 Sunrise Drive. This is a rather straightforward application. The applicant is proposing a pergola type structure. It's actually a pretty neat design. It has these louvers in the top to be open or closed. Do you want to say anything about the application?
Do I?
Yeah.
No, you're
Okay.
right. It's really straightforward. I've got my dogs barking, so that's why I muted myself.
Yeah.
They're very loud.
Yeah. Yeah. I was just commenting that the structure is pretty neat, that it opens and closes the roof.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So you can leave furniture under there and not have to worry about rain or, open
Yeah.
it up to get more light.
And just so we see where it's going, there's a site plan. It's at the rear of the house, kind of tucked
Yep.
into their yard. There's no impacts to anyone.
Right.
I don't think I have any comments, but let me pull up my,
No comments, Adam.
yeah, okay. So everyone okay with this one?
Yeah.
All right, let me just give me a second to compose myself here. All right, so I'll make a motion to send this to, and no engineering.
No,
right? You didn't even
engineering.
review it, right?
No, he reviewed it.
No comments? Yeah. So I'll make a motion to send this to the building department.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Okay, you are set. So step is to just submit the building permit and you'll be able to get the permit.
Oh, for the.
Any questions on your end? Okay, all right. We're gonna move on. Birch Grove. We've got them here. Okay, John, you're up for 16 Birch Grove. Do you want to present or just introduce the project to the committee?
Hey, good morning, everybody. Sure. I
Morning.
don't know if, good morning. I don't know if Dan Holt, my engineer, is on the line.
Let's see. He is not, but I'll
Okay.
pull up the plans and we can go over everything.
Sure, yeah. And I'm gonna present it through the lens of a homeowner.
Yeah,
Hope that's all right
Sure.
with everybody. Okay, cool. Let me know when you're ready.
ready.
Cool. So we've got a very ideal property. Adam, you were here yesterday, the day before. 2 acres, square, flat. We hired an engineer that has done a number of pools in Armonk, so is familiar with the requirements and and kind of what some of the obstacles are, which primarily is the septic tank in the field, as well as a stormwater mitigation plan. And we really don't have to take down any trees. And we're doing a fairly simple pool, 20 by 40 gunite, saltwater, electric, I believe, is going to be the motor that we're going to use for a number of reasons. And
Yeah, no, I think
I'll
that's
pause there.
fine. That's fine. Everything that John went over is accurate. It's a flat yard in the rear. There are really no impacts. Any engineering items that we need to?
Just the fencing,
Yeah, I mentioned that. Yeah,
and now just we have to do testing in the vicinity of the stormwater mitigation system. I
okay.
think it's an error. There's a double system shown off the side. I think it's just a CAD error.
Where?
If you go to the mitigation plan,
Oh,
yeah,
Oh.
go down.
Sure.
And it's below his video. Now a little more.
wait, another plan?
No, that's the plan, the
Oh.
mitigation plan, but it's getting hidden by the videos.
I think you got. Oh, here.
Yeah,
Here?
and there's another system.
another one?
Yeah. Not sure.
Oh, over here.
Yeah.
Got it,
that-
got it, got
That
it.
was just, I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure that's just
Yeah.
another cat or.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so no concerns from my end. John, do you want to talk about the trees as well? So we talked about that in the field yesterday.
Yeah, so if you see where the driveway is, it would be the top left of the screen of the driveway. There is a tulip tree. It says, yeah, right there,
28.
exactly. Yep,
Yeah.
exactly. It's probably approximately, I don't know, what do you think, 100 feet tall, something like that? Anyway, it's
Yeah.
rotten. It's got a big a hole in its
Yeah,
base.
so my
and,
suggestion was we authorize the pool construction and the removal of that tree, so he doesn't have to come back later for that. Everyone, was that the only one, or was there one more?
I really think that's the only one. If you
Okay.
came to the property, there's a lot of trees, and sometimes
Yeah.
a storm will pass through and damage one, and then we have to end up taking that down. But that's the only one that I think kind of stands out to me
Okay.
right now.
All right, so then I'll make a motion to send the pool and the 28-inch tulip tree removal to the building department.
Second.
All in favor? Okay, looks good. So what we'll do next is prepare a list of items that are just outstanding, those technical details. We'll post that later today, and then you can have Dan address those items and submit to the building department to get the permit.
Terrific. Appreciate everybody's help here.
All right, take care.
Good luck, John.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay. I think, yeah, we're up to 21. Oh, good. Okay. Rear yard legalization. Pretty easy. Let me pull up plans for us. Is this the best one?
There's multiple surveys I gave you for backup information.
Yeah,
Mike Testa, here for the applicant.
yeah, here's the
My
structure.
drawing on
pergola.
my drawing was the last, drawing here.
This one?
No, it's got color photos on it. This one right here. That's it.
Okay. All right, maybe that's easier for.
Yeah. Good morning, Mike Testa for the applicant, Mr. and Mrs. Johnson. What we're trying to do is legalize some items that were on the existing site plan. There was a pergola and a gazebo and an outdoor fireplace that were built on top of the existing patios in the rear back in 2001. And there are other items there that, according to the building department, they have no record of, which was the outdoor fire pit, the outdoor barbecue, patios and walkways. However, I gave you all these old surveys because I showed you on the old surveys going back to 2001 that these items actually have existed. And there's also been a permit that was issued by the building department back in 2013, where we believe that all of these structures, except for the pergola and the gazebo, are actually put up. It was the permit that was issued when the pool was issued. I mean, the patio existed, the barbecue pit existed and was actually inspected by the building department by Mike in terms of the propane line.
Yeah.
So that was definitely done.
And
But again,
when was this plan?
this is a 2013 version.
Okay, so did we get the wetlands flag then?
You had, I believe, back in 2001, there's a survey that actually
All
shows
right.
drainage
All right,
improvements.
so that was really my only significant comment. If any of the GIS showed the wetland, but if we've got this plan that shows everything outside the buffer, I think we're good.
Yeah, these here items certainly existed way before, and we could trace back the old surveys, which I included in your packet, that go back and show the patio and the gazebo there. But again, the issue is trying to get these legalized so we could sell the house.
Yeah.
And the gazebo is on top of the existing pool patio.
Yep.
And the I guess you call it a pergola is on top of the flagstone patio. There's no change to any of the impervious surface at all on the property.
Anything from your end?
Yeah, that was it. There was a confusion.
Just clarifying where it
Yeah, I
is.
don't know if maybe putting something on a plan saying it's built over impervious surface or something that kind of tells us
Okay.
that there's no increase in the impervious.
Okay,
That's this confusion. We didn't know what was proposed, what was happening there.
Yeah, it's right on top of the existing that was. And again, we're just attempting to try to get it legitimized, so we.
Yeah,
can
no,
move
everything
forward. We
looks-
submitted everything to Bob,
Fine.
and, we have a letter of approval from the building department, except for the fact that it needs the RPC approval.
That's everything. Yeah. All right, so I'll make a motion to send this to building.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Thank you very much.
Yeah. It's nice when they're easy.
Sorry of hearing in person, my computer was on blank.
No,
That made a
totally.
difference.
Totally fine. Okay, we're gonna move on to 40 Sarles, which we've seen a bunch of times. Okay, I think I've got your whole team here.
Thank you, Rob. Appreciate it.
Hello, Teo, good to see you. Corey,
Yes,
Alan.
good morning.
Morning.
Good
Morning,
morning,
guys.
Mr. Kaufman. All members.
Hello. Okay, so you're up. Do you want to just take us through the change? We previously approved a house which is acting like a guest house because they own multiple parcels. But the applicant wants to make some changes in the location and take some more trees down. Teo or Alan, do you want to just take us through what was previously approved and highlight the changes?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Now,
Alan.
is that visible?
You see it?
Okay. The principal changes were the location of the driveway from 40 Sarl Street, which is 42 Sarl Street, which is here. And the driveway actually connects to the existing driveway on 42, and then came into the property and basically ended up in the west side of the house. The other changes involved some of the design, where there was a staircase on the steps to the lower level, to the basement, on the east side of the house. And that's how the original design was. There's a septic system here, and a well was actually sitting out in the western part of the property. And there was stormwater management also being planned. So that was how it was. And then the let me just see, hopefully I can go to this. And so the changes to the plan involve a relocation, or I'll call it a slide in the driveway. It was around here and it moved slightly to the north, ends up in the same location. The house did not change its location, but there's now a patio here on the east side instead of those steps to the basement, and those steps are actually located in the southwest corner of the house. And that's essentially what those changes are. When I'll just say when it met with John Keller and Carmine, we actually increased the number of chambers here. Now, the 24 chambers that were proposed previously were quite sufficient for the providing stormwater management along with a few chambers located here. But there was interest in providing additional infiltration for the neighbor to the east.
Yeah, if you remember, there was stormwater runoff to Mr. Longo's property. So this is attempting to go above and beyond, you know, what's, so we certainly appreciate that.
We had extremely good infiltration rates when we were actually testing the soils there. So the idea is to provide a larger area to further attenuate the flows. And and there was some grading on here on the east side of the because it's a walkout porch, east side of the proposed residence, and it'll be landscaped similar to what it was done at 42 as well. You know, so that's, and there were no additional trees that this grading actually resulted in as well.
Yeah,
no
and why did you want to relocate the driveway? What was happening out there?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that, please?
Why relocate the driveway? What was the driving force there?
There is kind of this like ridge running through the property from north to south. And we're out there. We thought it would, we actually showed it here, now maybe a foot and a half or 2 feet lower over here, but this would actually just reduce the amount of potential cut through rock. So that was the principal reason.
Yeah. All right.
So that was really what occurred here.
Okay. Teo, what changed in the architecture?
Do you want me to unshare?
You know, on the architecture, all that changes the addition of a roof line on the east side.
Okay. You want to just
Joey,
take us
let
quickly
me
through
unshare.
it? Yeah. Just quickly, Teo, you know, it's a really nice house, but just show the committee what's being proposed.
Yes. I may have a bad connection, but you will see here what we are proposing is a porch on the eastern side. Okay, now you can see it. This we have a porch on the northern side, which was approved already, and we open porch on the eastern side, which is here. That will be on the floor plan. That's on the roof plan, and this area will be in the elevation.
Yep.
You know, the materials will remain similar to what we have done on the main house. You know, which as you can see here, you know, we have a terracotta roof, lead coated copper roof, and as Alan indicated, you know, there is a extensive plantings that will be done, as you can see here in the property. There is the detached garage, and this is the main house. So the material will continue being the same: stone, terracotta, and lead coated copper.
Yeah, and Teo, did I see on the plan you're proposing a gazebo?
That was already approved. Yes, there is a small gazebo which is pre-built already. That will be just installed in the.
So we approved that already?
Yes.
Yes, that was already approved.
All right, fine.
And the gazebo I built down in this area here.
Yeah, it's to the east of the,
All right, maybe just include the details so we have everything in one place and it just doesn't get lost in the future. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying, but place what all the approvals with this current one.
Okay, we will then resubmit a whole PDF package and also we'll send on paper format.
Yeah, okay. Anything you want to go over?
No,
Or any concerns, anyone
these
else?
agreements and just cut and fill analysis so we can see if we need any fill permit.
Everyone's okay? All right, I'll make a motion to send this to building.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. All right, looks good.
Thank you.
Have a
Thank
great
you very
weekend.
much.
All members.
Appreciate it.
Mr. Have a great day.
You.
Thank you, gentlemen.
So we don't have High Street here. I'm surprised.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's go over this. Hold up. Oop. 47 High Street submission. Garrett.
It should say High Street. It says Cox Avenue on this drawing, but you mean High Street, I think. right?
Yeah. Which
Cox
drawing?
Avenue,
Which drawing?
this drawing here.
That's just how the mapping.
Oh, I see, okay. Because it divides at Leisure Farm. It changes
Yeah.
at Leisure Farm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what we have is an existing house. I'm gonna zoom in here so we can see it from the aerial. It is in disrepair, overgrown. Applicant's going to raise the house and then construct a new house elsewhere on the lot. I'll pull up that site plan. Couple things here, that we should address. So the house front is on, was it Cobblers? Yeah, on Cobblers, right? Yet access is off of High Street. It seems to me to make much more sense to come off Cobblers, which is, you know,
Less traveled.
less traveled, right?
Right.
And that's where the house frontage is, plus,
Plus they have a means to get a driveway there.
yeah.
Yeah,
So,
sure.
I mean, yes, there's some topo here, but there's no, I think they can design it
Yeah.
to meet the maximum
Right.
grade. Right, this house is gonna be sitting up, exactly.
I think it's something like, what was it, 12 feet?
Well, they've got their septic field there. That could be driving that a little bit, but they could probably move the septic field a little bit too.
I don't think they'll need to, right?
No,
You've
I'm not
got it
saying
back-
definitely.
Back
Oh,
here,
I see something up there. What's that? Oh, I
that's the
see leaching-
septic, and then one of these is an expansion.
Is
I
that
don't-
expansion?
This is the expansion,
Okay.
yeah.
But is it to seclude the house a little bit deeper in there? Is that the reason why they want to come up for High Street, to have more of a grand driveway coming into the house?
Actually,
I would say that's normal, but you're pulling up to the garage.
Yeah, I would say it's less grand.
Yeah, I
Less
think it's
grand.
less grand, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
The
yeah,
house does sit high though, like when I was looking at the grades.
Yes.
The intersection until the first floor, and then you're gonna have a second floor on top of that.
right, so let's pull that up. So here's the house. That's the approach you can see,
I think it sells better too. the
I-
driveway
I
on-
know.
On Commerce too.
Yeah.
right? And having, yeah. So,
I mean, it's just a nicer street,
yeah,
all in. I'd want to screen out.
but we don't have the applicant here to kind of go over
Do you
what
understand what
they,
I'm getting at? I would screen out High Street.
I totally agree, yes. So do we tell them to come back here? Do we send it to the planning board? How do we?
Reduce your stormwater mitigation.
Yeah,
Cause right now, everything's rushing down the high street, they're not catching it. either,
Right.
Which they need to, but, yeah, you just decreasing all of that.
Well, I mean, send it to the planning board, Adam. I mean, because it's a new house and it's on the corner. And it's-
I mean, I certainly could see why the neighbors would kind
Yeah.
of want to, I don't think they're gonna object. It's a nice development, but they,
Yeah.
you know, we've heard the
That's like 50 feet off that house, the neighbor, I think.
Yes, and this is actually something the planning board could discuss, right? Does this house shift? Shift down a little bit because the neighboring house, we'll go back to the aerial, is right there.
Mhm.
So it is sort of on top of it.
Yeah, they've got that pinch.
It
point
meets
behind
the setbacks,
Yeah.
but they're putting the house right
Yeah,
here.
yeah, well, they have that pinch point behind them that
Yeah.
they're probably trying to work with.
So I think there's enough, you know,
Alright,
to warrant that. All right, I'll make a motion to send this to planning.
second,
All in favor?
I
Aye.
You can take a second if you want.
Okay. Next is Cedar.
What happened, if you don't show up for me?
you go to planning.
So Cedar
Help
Hill,
them-
we've talked about.
Face it down.
We've talked to Cedar Hill about Cedar Hill in the past. We told them to come back many, many months ago, maybe even a year ago. They had a failed septic. Their slope blew out. Yeah, bad.
What blew up?
Their septic
Oh,
and the
wow.
hillside.
Oh.
I don't know if Rob remembers this. I don't know if they got a stop work order or what, but. So you can see the septic is on this very steep slope. They had to repair it or have to repair it. So they're building some new walls, gonna get the new septic field in, so it's less steep. What I'm trying to wrap my brain around, and I mentioned this last time, is what is the purpose of this substantial staircase? You have the driveway just a few feet off. So I don't know what,
Is that the front of the house or the back of
yes,
the house?
front,
Did we go over this
we did,
like last year?
yes,
And we said we didn't want staircase?
yes, but it's still here. And I haven't, I just don't
Doesn't make
get,
any sense, it's not gonna look right.
yes, so you're gonna have this staircase in your front yard
Yeah,
that's directly next to a driveway. If you need access to this area, you could easily walk down the driveway
Mhm.
and then up.
Mhm.
I just, it's gonna look
Maybe
really,
trying to do a grand look or something.
But
like,
it-
like
I don't think, I think it's gonna.
it's gonna look really odd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna look out of place.
Yeah.
Show that you got the front elevation, like street view. Give me a street view. You'll be able
Sure.
to see from the street view. It's just gonna look totally odd.
Yeah, we could pull it, the street view up here. So 16, no, it's
111 Cedar.
The aerial too still shows that hole during the front, so whenever the aerial is done, roundabout.
This has been like 2 years now.
Yeah,
Haven't Done anything.
yeah,
this is 111 Cedar Hill Road.
yeah,
This is like Michael's neighbor.
yeah. He's on that street. So let's do the street view. But I'm glad you guys agree with me that it would look really just
Literally,
not
I think
appropriate.
literally.
Right, so this is gonna be rebuilt and regraded, right? So the septic was, in here and now all that dirt. Let me turn off the, right, so I don't get it, right? You just walk down
Uh-huh,
the driveway
yeah.
to get to this
right,
area.
Right.
I mean, yeah, there's some slope, but it's not,
Yeah.
you can deal with it.
And there's a water course in the front of the house?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so we approve it without the staircase? Is that the best way to go? Yeah. Engineering?
No, I think everything was satisfied a couple of years ago.
Okay,
They're a ton of money too, that's it. Expensive.
It doesn't matter. I mean, how would it look?
it would look
It
terrible
doesn't look like it would look. When you see a staircase in the middle of nowhere.
in the front yard.
Yeah, I know, the
If
front
you have
yard.
kids trick or treating, are they gonna choose to walk over instead, or they can stay in the driveway?
Yeah.
That's gonna happen.
It's so out of place.
Right, right, they would need a handrail, right?
No.
They would not.
It's not attached to the house. It's landscaping.
Oh, okay,
It's only for a means of egress out of the house.
interesting.
Yeah, landscaping, stairs, all that stuff doesn't need, it doesn't even meet code. Honestly, I'm not gonna say it right now.
Right, I understand. I think I know what you're saying.
All right, well, I'll make a motion to send this to the building with a revision of the plan to remove the staircase.
Okay, second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay.
I know that, I know, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
I didn't wanna say that.
I know that.
Yeah, yeah.
I know.
Got it. Okay, let's next, 122, okay, we have them here. Vladimir, Vlad is the architect, so let's,
Are you on board with this?
okay, Vlad, you're up for 122 Old Mount Kisco. How are you?
Good. Hello, everybody.
All right, so just while I'm gonna just give a quick intro, can you, oh, you're gonna pull up the plans, perfect. So Mr. Calver, the owner, and Vlad and I spent a good chunk of time trying to dial in the redevelopment of this parcel. They've done a very good job in trying to address my concerns. It's a challenging site in that we've got an existing building that's right up on the street, and you've got significant topo in the rear. So it's all balancing how you set this house, and that's what Vlad and I and the owner were trying to deal with. In fact, Vlad, do you have the iterations of the plan? We could go over it with the committee?
The floor plan, the elevations, what do you want
No,
to say?
the elevations, like where we started, where we got to now, and then, I think
Oh,
that will
yeah,
help.
So this is, I have the elevations, I have 3D views also. I don't know which is more useful to look at.
Both.
Both, okay. Well, so here is the 3D model and the 3D rendering. So like Adam was saying, it was a challenge to kind of nestle this house into the site while providing an outdoor living space in the back and limiting the height of the retaining walls, and also not to give this building give it a proper scale from the street. Additionally, there's an existing. Yeah, additionally, there was a detached garage that we were trying to combine with the building, so it's connected and usable, and you could transition from the garage to the house. So, like Adam was saying, it was very difficult to kind of balance all those things, but I think that, where we arrived is it's a good street presence. The scale of it is not large. It looks like a typical two-story house from the front. Here's the garage. You can see it connected. Adam, if you want to give me a second, I could pull up the other versions of it.
Yeah, no, I think it's worth going over. What my biggest, I don't want to even say criticism, but concern is you still have half of the basement exposed at the street. They're screening it. But it's, and those steps up, in the front. I would have liked to have seen it minimized as much as possible going into the ground, but then you are impacting your first floor in the
Right,
back
right.
because you've got the hillside there.
Right.
So it's a real
It's definitely,
challenge.
it's a substitution of one or the other. He's taking away from one for the other. It's
I
no doubt
know.
about it.
Yeah, I would have liked to seen the taller retaining wall in the back and lower it, but it's not like, I think this is reasonable, but take it through the, Vlad should show the committee where we started from and where we
Yeah,
got to.
so here is where we kind of started. You can see the color difference, but I'll try to place them side by side.
Yeah, so when we saw that first one,
Yeah.
I spent a lot of time with Vlad and the owner saying, you gotta improve that. Because that was right up on the street.
I think it's a lot better.
It's a lot
Yeah.
better.
Yeah.
It's a lot
It
better.
fits better too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other one looks like a building. Yeah.
So yeah, in the previous version, you know, it was basically you could see the full story tall staircase from the street
Yeah.
to the first floor, and then you know we tucked the garage in the basement level. So from the street, it looked like a 3-story building essentially. And the garage was detached. So, you know, in the new version, you could see that we've lowered the building. We buried half of the basement. We provided screening. So you could see overall that the scale is a lot smaller from the street. And the two
Yeah.
buildings, the existing garage and the house, are kind of joined together in a very thoughtful way as well.
Right, so we created Vlad connected the existing detached garage into the house. It's a staircase up, but you know, it's,
Thanks, and I think it flows better.
Yeah.
Is that a flat roof? Or is that?
yeah,
it's
what's
a flat
happening
roof.
at the breezeway? Is that flat? I don't know.
Yeah, hang on. Let me show you hang on.
Yeah, okay, yeah. That's pretty cool, Vlad.
Oh, yeah, thank you. Yeah, I mean, it helps to kind of visualize everything a little bit better if I just, you know, I have the model built with the topography, so you could see, you know, everything we've been talking about with the challenging site. You have steep slopes in the back.
It's already a 2-tier walls too.
With a
It
pool back
is,
there.
yeah.
It actually turned out nice. Yeah.
It did. So we created
Oh.
kind of like a little oasis back there with a double deck sort of terrace, the transition to the pool area. So
So you know, I think it's pretty good, given the challenges here. I think the question is, it is in a highly visible location, right? You've got this
Can
historic.
you show me where it is on the world? You know, where is it on the
Oh,
street?
yeah.
The blue house be just behind.
Yeah,
the top
I
of it there.
It is.
That used to be the hotel?
Rattled.
Yes, used to
That's
be
the old hotel?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull it
That's what I
up.
think.
here it is.
Oh,
Right, but
you
abandoned.
got it?
Here it is.
Yeah, let me go back to Zoom, so yeah, that's it.
Oh.
You know which one we're talking
yes,
about?
I
Yeah.
do.
Yes.
Yes, I do.
So,
Wow, I mean,
Huge improvement.
It's actually a decent property. That's, you know.
yeah.
Those are the neighbors
Um,
from the Mount Kisco Road retirement home there.
Yeah.
Right across
Yeah,
the
the
street.
senior-
They
the
will
senior
be
is
the
across the
Neighbors across the
Uh-huh.
street,
yeah,
and then the house next to it, I think is being renovated.
yeah, you can see, there's the
Yeah.
senior. Oh. What do we do?
Well, I would like to ask him, how many steps are on the front of the house? It's got 2 sets of steps, right?
Yeah,
It's got a landing, then
A
he's
landing, and then up.
another ascension.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's go back.
there's-
And then how tall is that second tier? Not the one all the way in the back, but the tier behind the house, the first tier wall.
Oh, it's here. I'll go to the section and we could. So there's a section that cut the site section through the building. So it's the second one is 6 feet. The first one is 3'9".
I mean, does it make sense to make that second wall 4 feet? And if you made that second wall 4 feet, would that by making that 4 feet, you could bring the house down. What I'm thinking is, could you bring the house down 1 foot or so and save 2 steps on the front?
I could drop the first floor, but I can't reduce the overall height of the building. I mean, like I was saying earlier, there's a lot of little sort of parts that come together to make the connection of the garage and the housework. So let me just switch views for a second here.
Your driveway steep, is it a little steep or not steep?
The
No,
driveway
the
is
driveway's there.
driveway
Oh,
is right.
Garage.
Okay.
So everything's based
Yeah.
off of the existing
And
garage.
there's not much driveway.
Oh,
Driveway's
right,
really
there
this
isn't much
like
driveway.
straight. No, it's
No,
like
but
a
I'm saying,
10-foot
if he
second.
brought that, would that help him if he brought it down? But that,
Well,
It's gonna start,
it's gonna start to bury it? That's what I'm asking.
yeah, it's starting to bury the first foot of the way the grade's working out.
Okay, that's what I was asking, you know,
yeah. Yeah.
okay. Plus your driveway is at a great point where, okay, fine.
That's a very accurate description. It's, you know, what it's gonna be.
Mhm.
It's a lot softer than the original design. The real design had a lot of impact on you.
Okay.
So what do we want to do?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Okay, Vlad, can you just show us the landscaping plan? Did you put that in there? I don't remember. I know you show it on the
There-
elevation.
There's no what I'd say proper landscaping plan.
Yeah.
What
We should
yeah.
get that.
I mean, this is, schematically what we're planning to do here.
Yeah, I guess my point is we really do need those foundation plants in the front. I don't really care what you do in the back,
Mm-hmm.
but to soften that front. We want to
Okay.
make sure you do.
Yeah, well, okay, we'll provide a landscaping plan.
What kind of veneer are you using on the basement, on the foundation wall?
So it's a two material scheme. So there's fiber cement, which you're seeing in the green, and there's stucco on the base and stucco on the shed dormer. The light colors are stucco.
Thoughts on all this?
Because it isn't right on the road,
Mhm.
I think that it has to go to architectural.
Well,
If they don't wanna see it,
if we send it to
and it's just because of
ARB,
the color schemes, the color schemes of the house right now, if that's really what it's gonna be, the green and the white and the brown. Really doesn't align with anything that's in that neighborhood. Do you know what I mean? So I don't have an issue with the architectural of the house, it's more of an issue with the color scheme of the structure.
well, do you want to address that now? Is that?
We'll
Yeah,
change
I mean,
it.
we can address it now, if we
Yeah.
can, if we can just change it to more of a neutral color as opposed
Okay.
to, dark green, I think it would just fly right now, we don't even have to go there, so I think,
Okay.
if I were
Sounds
talking
good.
to my colleagues in there, they would say the same thing.
Yep.
But more so it can blend, I mean, this is already a massive improvement to what's there, right, it's like a pile of garbage there right now.
Yep.
But
So-
yeah, it would just be the color scheme,
So
that.
Vlad, any thoughts on a backup color scheme?
Yeah, I mean, we could is that Mel who's making comments? I can't really.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, it is. Yes.
Yeah, Mel, I mean, we, no issues on changing the color. In fact, I don't think
yeah,
it'd
if we
be,
go something more neutral, I
something-
think that would be fine, I mean, if you look around the neighborhood, I mean, there you can find some inspirations there.
okay,
But.
sure, I mean,
But a
like,
little bit more neutral than that, cause I feel like this house will just stand out, like a single house in the middle of the street.
okay. So like, when you say neutral, you mean like a gray color or?
Like a gray color, like a light gray, if you went all white, it would be fine too, but a light gray color would be pretty too, if you wanna blend the gray with the white.
Okay,
Doing black windows, is that what I'm seeing?
terracotta color here, I think, or,
Yeah, that would be beautiful if
black,
you did
yeah.
that, I mean, take out the green and add a light gray to it, I think you would be fine with it.
yeah, okay, done.
Okay. All right, so committee's okay, because I'm sure we're gonna get comments. We need to be united that if it goes to building,
I mean, but can we go back to the street view, please?
Sure.
Existing.
I mean, how close are the neighbors to this house? What does the neighborhood look like? I just
They're
wanna-
neighbors. I mean,
So you have the back of the new units that were built there.
Not worried about them.
Yeah, but other than that, you have one neighbor to the right,
Uh-huh.
nothing to the left for, I think that's the first house you will encounter after.
Yeah,
The restaurant there?
yeah, I'm okay with it.
Okay. Yeah, there it is.
Well, you have another empty lot there that can be built.
Yeah,
Yeah, but that's
Yeah, I'm just
That's
saying,
fine. Yeah,
you do have an empty lot right there.
yeah. Is that Madonna's
Yeah,
that's going up?
Madonna's.
Right,
Yeah, that's Madonna.
That's
That
where the
was
house
his
fire
plan,
was.
Right.
That was his house
Right.
plan.
all right, so we like this?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, so I will make a motion to send this to building.
A second, Bob seconded.
I got Christopher second.
Oh, second, fine.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right,
Great, thank you so
so
much.
Vlad, good job. I'm glad we put the effort in beforehand. And I think it was important to show the evolution here because it really is a massive improvement.
Great, yeah, and Adam, thank you for working with us to do
Yeah.
this. I appreciate it.
Okay, engineering item.
Yeah, I
Standard?
imagine, yeah.
No showstoppers.
No, I imagine, you're working out the layout, you don't want to get too far into the engineering, but there's plenty of engineering comments.
There is, yeah, I
So
mean, we're gonna have.
any preliminary thoughts, Vlad, on how you're handling stormwater?
Well, right as, now that I know the course that the project is gonna take and that these plans are heading in the right direction, we're gonna have a site engineer on board to handle all that.
are you concerned about it? It's a lot of rock.
Yeah, that might be an issue of how you're gonna treat it. The other thing is the driveway too, how short the driveway is, showing some
Yeah,
dimensions there.
well, that exists.
Yeah.
So
But
there's
there's
not-
substantial curb cut too. I think it's a pretty big curb cut.
A new curb cut?
No, I mean, it's, we just wanted it all.
Yeah,
It's existing,
Yeah.
we're not gonna change it.
Right. All right, so Vlad, you're gonna have to work out those details,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. All
Okay,
right,
all right, thank you.
thank you, bye.
None.
No, one more, 700.
Paid is.
You paid yesterday.
Oh.
All right, Joseph and Elvis, you're up for 700.
Okay. Hey, how are you?
Good, good.
How's it go, guys?
Do you have the plans to show, or do you want me to pull them up?
Yeah, I have the plans if you like it.
Yes, okay, share your screen and then
Sure.
why don't you take us through the changes? So you were before the RPRC in the past, we approved it, and now you're back for some amendments. Just take us through the plans and what's happening out there.
Got it. Okay. So right now we're proposing an addition to the existing house. Initially we were just got renovating the house with a second floor addition around here. I don't know if you can see my mouse.
Yes, we can, yeah.
Okay, and then now we're adding another horizontal and vertical addition on the side of the house facing Rprc. So these are just the proposed footprints diagrams. So we're more or less adding around 900 square feet of habitable areas.
So Elvis, it wasn't clear from the plans whether that was a two-story addition if you're facing the house on the left. So it is a two-story addition there?
Yes, it's going to be a two-story addition.
So well, that doesn't meet, the existing house doesn't meet the front yard setback. So if they do the addition, they would need a variance, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you'll have to go to the ZBA for that. Okay, go on. Sorry to interrupt.
Okay.
To clarify that.
All right. I guess I would just go to plans to show the existing house. So okay, so yeah, this is the existing first floor. We originally proposed just an addition at the second floor around here, just to cover the rest of the house.
Okay.
And then now we're expanding this area right here on the left. So this footprint more or less stays the same, and we're opening up this horizontal addition just to create a more open space down at the first and second floor.
Yeah, okay. So show us the front elevation. I was a bit concerned about that. The elevation that's facing the street. So yeah, so wait, pause on the existing. So if you go to the existing elevation, if you go up a sheet, right, we've got the typical orientation, you know, the front porch and door facing the road.
Right.
You're changing that so that it's oriented interior to the property. And I'm a bit concerned about, you know, the view from the street on the front elevation, new front elevation.
Okay, this one.
Yeah,
Okay, and when you mean concern, you mean like aesthetically?
yeah, yes, aesthetic, yeah.
Okay. I mean, we haven't decided, but we were planning to put a door opening in the front, so it does look like there's a front entrance here. Because right now, the side of the house is the main entryway, because that's where the driveway side is. So they don't have to go all the way around to the front of the house.
Yeah, but maybe what we do is, you know, make that side look like a front. You know, that you just might need to work with the ARB on that.
Okay.
Right, you know, if this were deep interior to the site, it wouldn't make a difference, but you're right at the street.
Is that the roof elevation too? Like, that's how the roof is gonna be pitched?
That's a good shot.
I think maybe probably a gable or something there to make it more like a front, you know, so.
Yeah.
Right, especially right.
Yeah, add a dormer or something,
Yeah.
you know, a portico or something, because right now it looks like definitely just going through the side of the house.
Yeah, it's taking.
Yeah.
Basically, there's like only
Yeah.
25% house left.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. One for the house.
Joseph, what are you thinking?
You know, my only concern is, you know, with the kids, the dog, the farm, you know, having the front entrance to the house being so close to the road. That was my concern. It was a safety concern. We can.
And we're not saying, we're definitely not saying you need to change the side elevation.
We can make it more sexy if you want it more sexy, you know?
Yeah.
We could do that for you for sure. Yeah. I have no problem with that. I understand what you're saying. Yeah, you don't, you know, but
we want a nice face to the house fronting the street.
Yes, yeah. And I heard, you know, I've had comments come back about, you know, things like that.
Do you have setbacks for a portico on the side, maybe?
Yeah. We thought about putting,
outside.
You know, it's funny. We heard,
Maybe put a side porch or something, or.
Yeah, guys, I was talking to some of the elders over there at the
Side
window.
fronting on the street.
You know, I'm not saying about the front of the house, I'm talking about making the side look more like a front.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, just so you, gentlemen, just so you know, the idea, we're playing around with the idea of, you know, some sort of carriage entrance or some sort of front porch here. It's just that I don't want to I don't want to jump too far ahead before the house is actually up and see what it looks like, you know, but we can propose what you just said, a porch to come around the front of the house and maybe wrap around the side and maybe change up some of these windows so they look a little more uniform, maybe more like a door. Would that work?
Yeah, that's exactly what we're talking about. Yeah.
All right, that's fine. Yeah, we tried to cut down on the height of the house also with this roof design. I didn't want the house so high, so we tried to bring it down a bit with the flat type, well, not a flat type of roof, but you see what it looks like now here. We didn't want a big giant standing building on the property, so that was the other. I heard you mention the roof.
Okay, so can we go back to the site plan?
Sure.
All right. Yes, perfect. That's good. So what are we doing about vehicular access to the site?
Like here right now, I believe we haven't really done work there yet, but this is all an entryway already.
Yeah.
Right,
I
but
think
it doesn't look like you can, you know, how are you going to maneuver in there?
Well, we've had to clean it up a bit, and there's an overgrown tree there that we're going to, it's close to the road that we're going to take out. And that in itself, and also, gentlemen, there's a giant hickory tree that's just a death wish sitting in front of the house right now. So much of it has fallen down with the storm. So, I think right now we could park 2 to 3 cars there right now. It just doesn't show the gravel there because it's all been washed away. And if you remember, I don't know if you guys remember, but there were a bunch of junk cars there parked. So they were there forever. And I kind of just eroded and things grew in. But there's a good amount of parking here when you pull in off of Bedford Road and turn to the left into the property where it's labeled the gravel drive. It's a decent amount of parking, but we also have this driveway before the house that goes into the garage. There is, and it's obviously very old, but there is a driveway that goes between 2 stone. You see the cloud looking drawing here between the two. Like there's an opening here. That is a driveway that existed. It's just growing in. But there's an opening with 2. There's a stone wall there with an opening. So again, I don't, I'm ears to listen to your
Yeah,
recommendations.
well, we've got to see, a way that all this is gonna work, right? How are you gonna maneuver in, how are you gonna maneuver out? Right now, it looks half-baked.
Yeah. Well, the driveway right now is, I could tell you that's where we park now. And we park, 3 cars comfortably. And, once we get
Yes.
that.
Well, like you can't back out onto the road.
Maybe 40 years ago it was different.
Yeah, you're gonna need a place to
That's 50 miles an hour.
get in and out, turn around, and
We also have the Jumanji version of bamboo in front of the house. So that's got to come. That's got to come down. But
you got bamboo.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
That's
gonna
such a
wanna see
nightmare.
sight lines and how you're gonna clean that up to gain sight lines.
Yeah.
With the driveway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the bamboo is easy. You just got to dig down to get it out of there because it's grows like wild. But
Oh, yeah.
I don't prove anything because there's a lot, like you said, it's half baked at this point.
Yeah. So what do you
You mean makes adjustments and come back.
Yeah, do you want to come back, address all this stuff? And look at it again?
well, as far as the house goes, I mean, it's like right now today, is there an issue with getting the foundation going for the extension, the current footprint, and start framing?
No, we're not going to do it piecemeal.
I just don't want to hold it up.
I think it makes the most sense for you to go to the ARB and work with them, right? That I think you have to do. You're gonna have to talk to them and make it work right for you.
And then we have to wait. Then we'll have to wait another month to come back here and discuss it again, or
Well, I don't know. We've got to see
Still gotta deal with the driveway.
how we want to do it, right? How do you want to deal with the driveway and that aspect? You have plenty of room.
What do you want to see from the driveway so we can expedite this? What do you want to see? So we can just get to the
How you
finish line.
can maneuver and turn around in that area. And then you're gonna have to deal with the stormwater. For whatever expansion you do. And the sight lines, you gotta make sure that it's safe to get in and out of there, right? So you might have to remove the bamboo, you might have to remove a tree, I don't know.
What's the issue with the stormwater?
Well, you gotta deal with it. Yeah.
Where's the Elvis? Where's storm? What's like the drainage from the roof or what?
Well, no. If we
In the driveway,
expand this, we have to put drainage.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep. Right, but
Okay,
you've
so-
got all that area that if your side becomes your main front entrance, you might want a bigger parking area to pull in, right, and maneuver, right? That can happen
Yeah.
all in this area here.
Where's the? I mean, what if we eliminated that whole front entrance there, and used that gravel drive, Elvis, and just pulled the driveway up through the side there and, you know, closed off that road, that
Yeah.
opening to the road so that we had just eliminated that in its entirety. And,
Sure.
but I don't know,
That
is
would
that
look
going to,
better, yeah.
what is that going to trigger? So we get rid of it. I mean,
What do you mean trigger?
'cause I don't want a big black paved driveway through my property.
Oh, well, that's up to you. Yeah,
Yeah.
you have to, yeah, you have to design something that you like.
All right. And if we left it where it is, you just want that space to be larger so that the cars can maneuver. If we left it where it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah. Or come in and, you know, hang a left and get to that area, you know, you could, there are multiple ways to do it.
Mhm.
Right. Okay.
As far as the house goes itself and getting that started, what do we need to do to get that framing started? What is it? Is it the porch? I don't want the porch to hold it up. I mean, because that's something that we can, you know, bring to you as an amendment, right?
Oh, no, we're not gonna do that. No, you gotta do a plan that
We can approve.
that the town can approve, yeah.
And if we don't do right, I mean,
Yeah.
He's also gonna need health department approval for this, so you can't do anything until you get health department either.
yeah,
And is that,
you can't
Yes,
frame it until you get
yes.
health department approval.
Yeah, you can't do any framing until you get health department approval.
And what are they approving exactly? What are they approving?
septic?
Your septic.
You're increasing the house size.
So, but Elvis,
Yeah.
when we spoke to the septic company, they said the septic was large enough to handle the house. It's a big giant concrete septic with a metal lid.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
what
we
is the
would
size
have
of
to-
the house without the bedroom increasing? What is that, Elvis? I thought we were in the
Well,
clear. I thought we were in the clear on that.
Yeah, well, I get what they're saying. They need confirmation from health department. We can
Okay.
just contact them again. And they'll just confirm that with us.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, fine. So we can't do shit right now. Okay. Elvis, I mean, how are you going to expedite this? What are we going to do here?
Well, we got to provide them. I guess after our meeting, we can go through one-on-one on how we're gonna attack
Yeah.
this, and we can
Yeah.
get something done relatively quick.
Okay. And the
Adam,
ARB and all that jazz, because I got a lot of builders and developers calling me about
Another
wanting
issue.
to buy the property.
Whereas the planning board, it meets every 2 weeks. You know, they'll probably get through planning faster than RPRC.
Probably not a huge difference. I mean, there's enough here to potentially go that route. Just to keep you focused and on track, you know?
I mean, that'll probably help with the driveway.
All right,
Yeah.
it just seems this
Sight
isn't,
lines and getting.
this isn't the
involved.
right venue for solving all these problems.
Yeah.
So if you come to the planning board, we could work on the site improvements. At the same time, you can go to the ARB, work on the elevations, right? Same time, dual track, and then come back and we'll approve it. That might be the best, most expedient way, rather than wait here, address some of those issues, and then still end up going to the ARB. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm a motion to the planning board.
yeah, all right, sorry,
Second.
Rob made a motion to the planning board.
Second.
Christopher seconded. All in favor? Aye. All right, so that's what we said is you're gonna come to the planning board and go to the ARB. Digest what we said today, get those plans in as soon as possible. The planning board meets every 2 weeks. We'll get you on the agenda and hopefully, get you through. At the
Right.
same time, update those elevations and don't wait for the planning board, submit to the architectural review board and
Mhm.
get on their agenda. And, we'll do it, we'll handle it this way. I think that's gonna focus you. And, because we have those meeting deadlines to just do it and then we can approve it.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
So I appreciate all that. Thank you. Elvis, you're 100% understanding what we need to do, right?
Yes. Yeah, I'm aware of what we have to do.
So it's the driveway,
Yes, stormwater.
the stormwater,
Yeah, the elevations.
right? And then
Elevation.
propose possibly a porch or something like
Yeah.
that to make it
Yes.
look a little bit more. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And then health
Okay.
department.
Yes,
What
the
are we
health
doing?
department don't need to have done prior to the planning board. We can make that a condition of approval. It's just that you have to be comfortable that they're gonna pass it. Have some communication with them.
Well, they can
Right.
start working on health department.
Sure, they can start, you could start with the health department right now.
Right,
That
so,
would be my advice.
right, get to the health department immediately.
Yep,
Okay.
Is that
Elvis,
something-
we can
Yeah,
do
yeah.
that?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
we'll do that.
All right. Okay, guys. Appreciate everything.
Okay.
Thank you.
wait, hold
Yeah.
on,
And then if you could, I know we've gotten some complaints about kids playing on the property, and if you could safeguard the site for, until you get your approval, to get back up and doing construction.
Guys, I spoke to Adam about this. Barbara next door, I asked her, and I have a camera. I have not seen anyone on that property.
yeah, weird.
It's
All
weird.
right,
I
well,
don't-
if you could at
Okay.
least safeguard the site so there's no hazards during, while you're waiting for this, that would be
Okay.
appreciated.
I'll take care of it.
Thank
All
you.
right, thank you.
Thanks,
All
guys.
right.
Bye.
Thank you, guys. Thanks, guys.
All right, so now we're gonna adjourn at 10:40.